Sam Bankman-Fried continues to dominate the headlines. This time, his bail has been denied and remains in custody, leaving Bahamas Court in handcuffs. CFTC declares Ether as a commodity again in a court filing. We talk price action as total crypto market caps 4-week high, up to $874 billion following CPI release, and Apple to allow external app stores in major overhaul prompted by EU regulations. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Assets of Value podcast. Today, on 14th December, we connect every day to share our insights and perspectives on crypto, Web3, and NFT topics. We are the founders of Assets of Value, a Web3 research organization. Our podcast is not to be taken as legal or financial advice. Let's jump straight into it. Abe, what are the markets looking like with the latest release of CPI data?
Hi Schwab. As we live and breathe, Bitcoin has crossed $18,000 region. And I think this is no small feat to achieve, especially in this market. The bearish conditions still prevail, but the relief in the latest CPI data is pushing Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies into better positions. And we will discuss when to confirm whether the rally is a bull market or it's just a relief rally.
Sure, before we do, let's bring our favorite actor of the space, SBF. This is a monumental decision and point in time where he has been denied bail, remains in custody up until February, and he's been seen leaving in Bahamas court in handcuffs. What do you make of this?
Well, everyone has to play their own parts, and I think SPF is also trying to play his own part in a pre-mediated drama because as we know that SPF is getting more time to process his current situation and to prepare more defensively. Regardless, we can see that SPF is under the ambit of the law, and that gives us hope for the future because when somebody else decides to mess up with the crypto market, we can be assured that they'll be punished and trialed according to the law.
Yeah, this story continues to unravel, and I'm with you. I think this arrest and the timing of this arrest does buy him more time. He was supposed to show up in court yesterday, and the fact that he was actually arrested the day before, I think, like you're saying, is premeditated and it's more than a coincidence at the moment. What I am pleased to see is that USA authorities are really taking this fraud, wire fraud, and all the charges against him very, very seriously. That's really positive to see and hear. But SBF, no doubt he still has hidden crypto away because he's hired a top lawyer to present and represent him in this case. So they will no doubt be putting their case and plea forward. And I get the inclination that this 2 months that he is beginning to serve now will be looked upon favorably when a sentence, if at all, is passed against him. So we'll watch this space. Let's park SBF there until another day and turn our attention to Ether. So this news has been a long time coming. So CFTC declares Ether as a commodity again in court filing. So the Commodity Futures Trading Commission has put to bed claims that staked coins are securities according to the Howey test. This has to be positive news for Ethereum because now it's definitely a commodity.
I'm unsure that what does the commodity status for Ethereum achieves for Ethereum and its holders and probably its stakers. But from what I have seen, this is just another futile attempt to regulate the biggest altcoin and the biggest decentralized network after Bitcoin. We know that most of the Ethereum blocks, almost 45 to 50% of the blocks, are censored right now. And adding Ethereum as a commodity, I think it speaks volumes for itself because now the government really want to get into crypto. They really want to see what's going on in the space. The regulators, the security agencies, everyone wants a piece of the Ethereum pie, I should say.
It does put to bed the whole conversation, that dragging conversation where Ether keeps getting pulled back into, is it a security, is it a commodity? The fact that after this latest review, it has been declared that it's a commodity, I don't know whether it's going to be dragged again into this assessment, but according to the Howey test, I think we should draw a line underneath this and then move forward. Ethereum is up 1.5%, $1,340 it's trading out. So it looks like the positive sentiment is carrying across.
Let me tell you what Ethereum is, in my opinion. Ethereum is a piece of the global computing system that is going to exist or that is existing already in the Web3 domain. So it's not a commodity, it's not a security either, but you can see it as a representation of the computing power, massive computing power that's freely available on the network upon paying a small amount of gas fee.
For sure, it's the infrastructure of the future, and long may it continue. Let's now focus on price action. There's been quite a number of macro events and announcements. Total crypto market cap makes 4-week high to $874 billion following the CPI release. This has actually triggered the crypto fear and greed index, hitting a 30-day high after better than expected inflation and CPI data. You mentioned in the intro that you're not confident that this is going to last. What makes you continue to be bearish?
Well, I should be honest, and it is easier to be bearish in a bear market because it doesn't take any extraordinary brilliance to suggest that the market is bearish right now because we all agree that this is a bearish market. But more than that, I don't see any bullish events for crypto in 2023. So remember, in 2022, we had several bullish events and still Bitcoin had plunged into lower lows. So what will happen when there are no bullish events? There are no events at all in Web3 for a whole year. It is pretty scary according to me because sooner or later people are going to lose interest in cryptocurrencies as the volatility dies down. The volume becomes non-existent and the number of hacks, number of exploits keeps on increasing. There will be no DEX volume for certain trading pairs. There will be stable coins becoming unstable yet again. Now, are we ready to face that kind of situation? Because when it happens, it's going to last long.
It seems like the general sentiment is still quite high in terms of a fear perspective. There's no inclination that greed is coming into the market at the moment. So, from a sentimental perspective, the masses are with you on this. They don't see this trend continuing to last, and it feels like it's the Santa rally that we've all been kind of waiting for. But if we look at specific coins, Avalanche, Solana, those two coins in particular have really benefited from these announcement CPI inflation data. We've been speaking about Avalanche and Solana. Specifically, Avalanche is up 6.9%. And just trying to get a figure on Solana, that's been up 5.4%. Yes, they are fundamentally and quite far away from their all-time highs, but the fact that confidence is coming back to these blockchains is a positive sign because they really got knocked off from their all-time highs.
I agree. From a development perspective, Avalanche is dry, Solana is dry, nothing is happening in the development side. And dApps that's building on Avalanche and Solana is practically hidden right now. We cannot identify any new dApps, any new volume, any new things, major events that's happening on both platforms. But of course, when the market pumps, everything pumps. Especially when you look at Torn, which is known and hailed as the cryptocurrency for Telegram, it's up almost 44% in last week. This is because Telegram has launched a new functionality that now you can buy numbers, I mean phone numbers that are associated with your wallet. This is next level from Telegram because now you don't have to have a SIM card or a KYC thing to operate a Telegram account. You can open a Telegram account with just your wallet and some Taunt coins.
It's brilliant to see the technology continues to be pushed forward. And you bring up a good point in terms of developer activity. The layer one blockchains, Avalanche and Solana, is not as proactive or active, I should say, than it once was. This does indicate the ecosystem as a whole is potentially slowing down. But then you've got other players like Telegram who are trying to get ahead and a footing within the crypto space. They've been making a lot of announcement, especially around their username auctions. Their blockchain that they were building and paused and now restarted again, and this new news around the wallets. So this does enable onboarding where a lot of the issues are with new users, and certainly a move in the right direction to onboarding the masses. However, Binance CEO CZ is warning that crypto winter isn't over, and he is also sharing this sentiment is to remain cautious amidst this kind of price pump that we're currently seeing.
This is a confusing scenario because, yes, we agree that the bear market is harsh, and yes, we agree that the bear market might last longer. Now, why is Binance CEO warning his colleagues that the bear market isn't over? Because it's evident, it's clear as daylight. And then on his Twitter accounts, he tweets various things such as BNB was at this price at this time, and after 2 years, let's see what happens, etc. etc. So, what is he trying to do? He's trying to generate enough exit liquidity to match the current pump so that when they decide to dump Binance coin, by they I don't mean necessarily CZ, because I don't think he'll ever dump his own coin, but there are several traders that who are waiting to dump BNB back to $50, $25 levels, and well-reputed traders like Profit Blue is already shorting the coin. Now CC just wants people to rally with him, and maybe, just maybe, the reason FUD about Binance is just created by CC himself. Because funny thing is that Binance saw a massive $6.3 billion withdrawal, and rightly after it saw a 6.4 billion infusion of capital. It can't be a coincidence because we all know who has that much money in the space right now. Only CC.
Yeah, we are quietly cautious regarding Binance and its influence within the crypto industry. Yes, we do believe in the product, the service, the exchange itself, but in every situation, not your keys, not your coins does spring to mind. So let's hope that Binance continues to hold the current integrity that it has created for itself. Let's switch gears and close out on this story around Apple to allow external app stores. Original Apple had come out and claimed that the 30% commission will still apply for NFT transactions. This didn't go well with the community at all, and it looks like they have backtracked, but not essentially on their own goodwill. It's the fact that the major overhaul is prompted by EU regulations. Now, I've not deep dived into this, but I do suspect it's fair play in sense that they are being pressurized to offer a fair and open and transparent service. So this is an example where potentially regulation is good for the system, but I'm not sure if this applies for everybody or only EU citizens.
I have another alpha to share. It's not entirely an alpha, but the token ALICE, ALICE, the gaming token, is going to have a small yet significant amount of token unlocks tomorrow. That's going to be around $2.3 million of capital infusion into the system, and the unlocking tokens belong to the private sale of the round. Remember that the private sale has already done more than 20x at this point, even at this dumpster stage. So hopefully they are going to take profits. But yeah, if you hold ILEs, just make sure that you are not holding a big bag, because when the market reset, I think the gaming tokens and its tokenomics will be facing a radical change for the better, of course.
Love it where you give an indication of what you're looking into. Just to follow on from that point and gaming systems as well as ecosystems, we will be looking into IMX and its current offerings from an NFT perspective. We know that many games are within the IMX ecosystem, but it's something that we'll be looking to deep dive and provide some alpha within that space. I think that's about it in terms of time. As always, it's been super fun. I'm glad you were able to jam with us today. That's it. Until next time, thank you, everybody. We're signing off.